Now, school pupils have kept all sorts of animals over the years, maybe the class hamster, tortoise, or even, perhaps very excitingly, a nest of hatching chicks.
That's amazing.
That would be amazing.
The responsibility of that.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot of work.
How about the responsibility of 1,000 live oysters?
I did not believe that this was a thing, but apparently it is. Children on the Isle of Wight, they've been naming the creatures and then painting them to identify them before putting them back in the sea, and they're going to keep an eye on their progress. All part of a project to restore native oysters to the area, as Lindsay Kinghorn now reports.
If I pop this in the middle...
Making their mark, these pupils want to make absolutely sure they'll be able to find these oysters again when they come back to check on them.
So we're painting oysters to go in the sea, and we're going to do like a monthly check-up on them.
And if you're going to give them names, why not use those of Premier League footballers?
Bruno Ramirez, Miguel Almiron, Kieran Trippier and Callum Wilson. It's fun to give them names because we have to mark them so that when they've gone in the ocean, once you've released them, UKSA can keep an eye on them and how they've grown and what progress they make.
And in a month's time when you come back, what are you hoping to see?
Probably some big oysters, maybe this big. Because at the moment they're only this big.
Now freshly painted, they'll be dropped into the sea.
So what's happening here is 1,000 baby oysters that we can see right here are being lowered into the water off the Isle of Wight, and they're going to sit in baskets while they develop, and in a month's time the children and the students will come back to check on their development.
We're restoring the oysters in the Solent because we've lost a huge amount of ecology and the services that the species provides us. So there used to be the biggest oyster fishery in Europe here in the Solent, and that's now completely closed.
Overfishing, disease and pollution have all contributed to their decline, which is why 2 years ago the first restored oyster reef in Langstone Harbour was built, with the second being made in the River Hamble in March this year.
So we've got lots of different floating cages and baskets. Hopefully they'll be really happy in the water here, they'll grow really well, they'll be able to start reproducing in the next year or so and pumping out millions of larvae, which should hopefully come and settle on our restored reefs that we've built in the area as well.
This latest development in the project was launched by the UK Sailing Academy, a maritime youth charity and training centre in partnership with the Blue Marine Foundation.
We should expect to see improved water quality and long-term established reefs, oyster reefs in the Solent area. That'll then increase things like the environmental habitats for things which are just starting to dwindle over in the Solent, things like seahorses and European eels.
The Seascape project is set to run for the next 5 years.
Lindsay Kinghorn, BBC News.
That's a proper school project.
Some amazing names as well.
Yeah, Kieran Trippier, the oyster.
I think the whole squad is in there somewhere.